Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we will be doing a bag review on the Miumiu leather pocket Nappa bag. So if you're interested, do keep on watching. Who are new here, my name is Amelia and I do videos on luxury and lifestyle. So if you enjoy these kind of videos, do consider subscribing, click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I actually bought this bag in Japan at Takashimaya, I think, and it's from the retail store. So the one I have is actually in the limited edition brown, kind of like tie-dye version. So it kind of looks like that. It's called a pocket bag very aptly because it has so many different pockets on this bag, which I will get into. So I believe this bag is actually part of Miumiu's summer collection. So they came up with this and it's part of their runway collection. So it's very nice. Other than this colorway, it actually comes in black, it comes in white, and it comes in this citron yellow, which is quite nice, but it's not really like my cup of tea for the particular shade of yellow. So I really like this one. If you have not seen my Japan luxury haul, I'm going to link it up over here for you. But I was mentioning that I was only looking for this particular shade of the bag. I didn't want one that is in like a solid color. I wanted this brown one specifically. Other than this size, there is also another size up. It has a longer top handle and it has a little bit more pockets, but if you ask me, I think this one is a little bit cuter. It's just the really nice size of like shoulder bag to have, and it's so pretty as well. So in terms of dimensions of this bag, it's a little bit tricky because you see the dimensions on the website, because they are just going by this little thing at the bottom that you can see. But as you see, this bag has a lot of different compartments, but they did not mention that at all. They were just looking at the bottom half of the bag. So if you just look at the bottom shape of the bag here, it's actually 21 cm across for here and 12 cm in height from here to here, this part over here, and then at the bottom it's about 6 cm in like width. So notwithstanding all the other pockets that is on this bag as well. And then for the handle drop from here to here, it's about 17 cm. So it's quite a comfortable bag to wear on your shoulder. Like even if I'm wearing such a big coat, I actually can put it on my shoulder quite nicely. So that's that. And then if you put it on the crook of your arm, there is a lot more space as well. Even if you're wearing a very big coat, I'm sure it's going to be fine, but maybe not so much for if you're going to put it under your shoulder. But as you can see, there's still a lot more space over here, so I still think that it's a rather reasonable bag to have as a shoulder bag. I feel like this is a very summer bag. You can probably bring it into the autumn as well. I'm not too certain if people will still carry this bag in the winter with your big puffy coats, but I guess you can. But if you want to wear like a big puffy coat, then maybe it will have some issues to, you know, but it's still quite spacious nevertheless. So that's in terms of the dimension of the bag. So if we were to go into the specifics of this bag, there is one big zipper compartment over here. I would say that this is actually extremely spacious, and you can fit a lot of things inside, which I will show you later on. There is also this little zip at the front over here for easy access to anything that you want. And there's this really nice like Miumiu kind of like embossed onto this bag, which I thought was a very nice like subtle touch to it as well. And then on the sides here, there is a magnetic pocket. The magnets are quite strong, they actually go right into place. There's also another magnet pocket over here. And then at the back of the bag, there is another magnetic pocket over here. And then there is like a zip pocket over here as well. I would say that this is my only issue with this zip pocket, is that you can actually bring the zip right down the middle here, but I feel like I wouldn't ever do that because it's kind of like cumbersome to do that. And then inside of this big compartment, there's actually a zipper compartment at the back, and it also says Miumiu over here in gold plating. And this bag is actually lined with like a satin material. like a fabric slash satin material, so it's really nice and very plush. I would personally place like a bag organizer inside here if I can, so that I don't mess up the bag, but it's dark in color, so I feel like that's still okay for the bag, you know. This bag also doesn't come with any feet, so it just sits on this little leather bit over here. But I feel like because this bag is like slightly dark colored, it's fine. I will just place it, you know, on the seat beside me or on the table. And because it's so small, it also sits on my lap very nicely as well if I want to put it on my lap. So that's the bag here. These are all the pockets of your bag. So the dimensions that I just gave you does not include all these pockets as well. So if you really want the dimensions of all the pockets, I will actually include it in the description box down below so that you can see it as well. So before we get into what fits into this bag, I have had this bag about a month since I bought it, and I have been using it very regularly. I really enjoy taking this out. It's such an easy grab and go bag personally that I feel. Apart from my Ava bag, of course. So this bag fits a whole ton of things as well, and I love the leather on this bag over here. It's very soft because it's in Nappa leather, and I love that this bag came with gold hardware as well. I believe for all the other shades it also comes in gold hardware. So as you all know, I'm a gold hardware person, so I really like that about this bag. I also love the fact that because this is like a tie-dye version, even on the straps it actually kind of like continues the tie-dye kind of detail as well. It's not just like a black brown strap, so I really appreciate that about like this little sort of details on the bag. So this bag is also extremely lightweight. If I can, I will place the weight of the bag here for you to see. It's very easy, and it doesn't weigh a ton, and I feel like it's just perfect for everyday use. Is this bag a trendy bag? I would say that yes, I feel like it's quite trendy, you know, like not a lot of people will actually admire this bag, but I really do. It kind of reminds me of like the old school vintage Chanel bags that they used to have with all the random pockets at the side. It's very 90s. So I feel like that's what I really like about this bag as well. Just to show you what fits into this bag, I have this random little water bottle over here that I bought from like, I think the petrol kiosk the other day. And it actually goes right into the bag. I personally would not do that, but I just want to show you that it fits into the bag with a lot of room to spare as well. So that looks like that. I would say it's quite similar to how much a Celine Ava can fit as well. So I have my standard pocket, Chanel pocket holder here. And then I will also be able to put my LV clay with my keys as well. So that goes into this bag. And then I have my AirPods over here. So what I normally do with my AirPods, because I kind of like need to get it in and out quite easily, I actually place it in this like pocket over here, so it sits very nicely. So I've already designated this pocket as my AirPod holder, so that's that. You can also place a pen into the bag if you want to, but which I sometimes do. I make sure that these pens are very secure and comes with like the clip before I put it into the bag. As you can see, I've only taken up like one side of this bag. This entire portion is still available to put anything you want. Sometimes I have my SD card with me. I will just put it into the bag as well. And then I don't normally bring a lot of things out these days. So if you really want to, I also have like an LV passport holder over here. This is just a really like classic passport holder that I have. It can fit into the bag as well, no problem. So it sits inside the bag like that. So I guess you can bring this traveling if you really wanted to as well. I would totally do that. I also have like a Dior, you know, like a miniature perfume. I just want to show you that it actually fits into the bag as such very well, with like a lot of space to spare. It's over there, as you can see. So it goes right into the bag, and then it sits at the corner. And then I also can place like, you know, like a hair clip if I really wanted to. I can place so many things in the bag. I think it's very amazing. So I just wanted to show you that this bag, for what it is actually really roomy as well. So let's take out some of these items and see what else I can fit into this bag. So if I want to bring this bag for traveling, maybe I want to bring like a reusable bag. And then these days, if you go to the supermarket in Singapore, you kind of need to pay for your own like grocery bag or like plastic bag. So I would take a reusable bag with me as well. And then I will put in the passport holder. And then maybe I can actually put in like a little miniature wallet that I can bring. So that goes in as well. So it looks like that. And then maybe I want to bring like a, you know, like a hair clip with me. It can go in as well. And then I will be able to zip this bag very nicely. So this bag really fits a lot. I would highly recommend it if you are looking for like a really like roomy bag. And then just for comparison's sake, let me see if I can fit like a mini pochette into this bag, because everyone usually asks about that. This is my mini pochette that I have, and yeah, it goes right into the bag like that. So I would say that you need to kind of like tilt this mini pochette a little bit. It does stand up on here and you are able to close it, but I would be a little bit more wary because, you know, the zipper kind of rubs with the zipper at the top. If not, I would turn this mini pochette upside down, but it's not very easy to get the things if you turn it upside down. But I would like kind of like turn it upside down so that the, you know, like the metal teeth on this zipper doesn't rub with the metal teeth on the mini pochette, if you get what I mean. I'm a little bit creeped out with like metal rubbing with metal because like I just don't like the sound of it. So that's that. And then I just wanted to show you that what I have been doing with this front little pocket is to put my everyday makeup. So I have my Hermes lip balm over here with the sleeve, and then I also have like a Chanel lipstick. So it is very, very spacious, I would say, and I can put quite a lot of things inside. So I've not tried with everything else, but I just want to show you what else fits. So I have this Gucci like card holder thing. It's quite wide at the width, as you can see, but I want to show you that it fits into it no problem as well. But personally, I also wouldn't do that because can you see that the zipper is quite close to the top as well? So if you were to zip it up, I'm not sure if you are like doing it in a hurry whether it will snag on like the metal bit, so I don't want to destroy that. I also just want to show you that I can fit a Chanel card case into this little front section over here, and I can zip it up no problem. Yeah, but if you ask me, I personally would not do that because I'm just a little bit more aware of like the zipper, you know, actually like scratching onto the leather itself, because usually with zippers we are a little bit more like carefree, and it does sit up to slightly to the top of the bag, so I wouldn't do that for this little front compartment. I will use it to store makeup mostly. But if you want to, this key clay goes inside as well, no problem. And then as for the side pockets over here, I have placed like Panadols inside because, as you guys know, I do have migraine sometimes, so I place a little bit of stuff here. I would be very honest and tell you the capacity of these little pockets is not great, so you can't really put a lot of things inside. Let me see if I can put like a lip balm over here. So I feel like, yes, if you want to put like a lip balm, you can, but it doesn't really like shut very well because of the lip balm sticking out a little bit. So personally, I think these little side pockets are not as useful as I would think it is. But if you want to put like Panadol or like a little bit of sweet, you can, and it does close very well. So these are the two pockets over here. I love the fact that it's magnetic, so it's easy for in and out, but capacity wise it's not that great. So you kind of need to like put it in, and then when you take it out, it's a little bit of a hassle to take it out as well. So I rarely use these two pockets over here, but in terms of aesthetic, it's very cute. It kind of like looks a bit like a padded shoulder kind of thing, so I feel like I really still like the details of these two pockets. And then as for the back over here, as I said, I already use this for like my AirPods, and then sometimes I have placed like little notes inside as well. I feel like I would put my Bastia inside. Not sure if it fits. Let me just see. So if I take my AirPods out and I fit my bustier in. Yes, the bustier can go in very well, but it sticks out a little bit and doesn't really like close very well. So I wouldn't do that. I would just put my AirPods, and then maybe I would put some cash if I want to inside, so it goes really well as well inside this little pocket over here. I'll also be very honest and tell you that I don't really use this like little zippy thing over here, but you can also fit like a lipstick if you wanted to, like a lip balm, but I will put it like diagonally sideways, and I will not like, you know, pull this zipper down here just because I don't want it to like scratch the leather on this side. So I will only like open the zipper up to the top and then to the side, and that is about it. Like it will create like a little opening here that you can put your items in. So that's that. Not sure what else actually goes into this, but I'm sure you can put like little receipts that you have into this pocket. I think it will fit very well because you kind of like want it to get in and out quite quickly, so I would do that. But I'll be very honest and tell you that I also do not use this pocket a lot, so sometimes I just leave the little tissue paper that it came with like stuff so that it doesn't like kind of like lose its shape. So yeah, that's what I would do. So mainly I only use the big pocket and then the front pocket over here as well, and then I will also use this back pocket, and then sometimes I will use like this side pocket to maybe place something else if I really wanted to. But that is the reality of this bag. I feel like personally, after having used it for a month, these are the few compartments that I would generally get wear out of. So yeah. So let's talk about some of the things that I really like about this bag. I love the fact that the Nappa leather is so soft, and I really like this brown look of this bag. It's very unique and it looks very tie-dye version. I love that it kind of reminds me of like the 90s style as well, and I love the shoulder carry of this bag as well. I feel like this bag is also quite hard to get, especially in this colorway. So when I came back to Singapore, I actually brought this bag to shop at Miumiu because I wanted to check out their ballet pumps, or like some of the pumps that they have. And the lady saw this bag and she was a little bit shocked because like she mentioned that it was so rare and that I think only like 2 pieces came into Singapore and they were snapped up quite immediately. So I told her that I actually got it in Japan, and I managed to get it in Japan at such a great price because I believe that I bought it for like 1k less than the price it was in Singapore, because Japan has amazing tax-free. So that's why I feel like I really scored a little bit on this bag. So despite this bag being slightly trendy, I would say, I have got a lot of use out of this bag. It is a great shoulder bag, and despite having it for like a month only, I have gotten a lot of use out of this bag as well. I love the fact that it comes in gold hardware. I feel like if it comes in like silver hardware, then I wouldn't have loved it as much. I feel like it's just a very easy bag to match, and it goes with a lot of things. It goes with like this little blazer that I'm wearing as well, goes with a lot of neutrals. I've worn this out wearing jeans, so it goes with that. And because it's slightly dark colored, I am not so afraid of color transfer of this bag. As you can see, I also can fit a lot of things into this bag. It's kind of like a Mary Poppins bag, to be very honest. It fits a lot of things, and it definitely fits all your daily essentials into this bag. I love the fact that not a lot of people have this bag as well, and this Miumiu branding in front is nice, but it's also very subtle. So if you don't know that this bag comes from Miumiu, you might not know it as well. So yes. What else can I say about this bag apart from the fact that I really like it? Coming to the cons of this bag, and maybe things that I do not really like about this bag, I would say that all the pockets, as you have seen, are not extremely functional. They are mainly there as for like decoration purposes, I would say, just to make the bag look a little bit trendy and special. And this back pocket here also has this like zip over here, which I find it a little bit strange in all honesty, because like if you want to zip it all the way down, which you can, it will kind of like scratch this leather portion of this bag, and because this bag is like in Nappa leather, it's like one of the softest leathers. I don't really want to scratch the bag that much, so personally I would just use the main pocket, the front pocket over here, and this magnetic bag closure. So I would say that it didn't get all its use out of all the pockets that it has, despite it being like a pocket leather bag, or it being called a pocket leather bag. So that's one. This bag also is only a shoulder carry bag and like a crook of the arm bag. So if you want something that you can cross body, then this will not be the bag for you. However, it does have like this little clips over here. So personally, I feel like if you want to have a hack, you can actually put like a clip over here and a clip over here and do like a crossbody situation, which I feel like I might try if I really wanted to carry this as crossbody. But I feel like this bag is not meant for a crossbody bag. Like the shape and aesthetic of it is more like, of like a shoulder bag, so I would just carry this as like a shoulder bag as well. So another thing that I feel like could be a con of this bag that I have observe is about its stitching. So as you can see, if you come closer, the stitching actually runs through the side of this bag, and it has like many like little crevices everywhere. So this bag, this side also comes with like the stitching on this side. Yeah, but because it has like so many like random like nooks and crannies in this bag, like, you know, like stitching wise as well, I feel like it is a very good vessel for dust. So it will actually collect the dust because it has so many like little nooks and crannies. So I feel like that is something that you might want to take note of. See, at the top of this bag there is like, you know, like this little like crevice over here, which I feel like dust can actually pick up on it. So I would personally just look through this bag time and time again, and then use like a vacuum cleaner to blast all the dust out of the bag. So that's just something very minor, but I feel like might bother me if it's too like dusty as well. So I would personally keep this bag in like a dust bag. So if you are not using the bag, just to keep dust out of it as well. The leather on this bag is also slightly crinkly. It's not like the smooth kind of like Nappa leather. So there are pros and cons to it. I think one of the pros is that you can't really see scratches that easily and that well because it appears crinkly. But if you don't like, or you're someone who doesn't like that crinkly kind of look, then you might not like this bag. I feel like personally the crinkledness and the wrinkledness kind of adds to the touch of the bag. Like it's supposed to look a little bit vintage, so that's what I really like about it as well. So that's just something to take note of. As you can see over here, there are some little like stitching like sticking out. If you can see very clearly, it's very little and very minimal, but unless you really go and like observe it, then you will be able to tell. So I feel like if you're someone who really like observe the bag very meticulously, then you might not like it. I'm not sure, but I feel like it's already done very well, and the stitching I have absolutely no issues with. I feel like maybe there might be some rubbing to this bag I can foresee happening on like the corners, because there's so many corners to this bag, so there might be some like slight abrasion and slight rubbing that you can observe from the bag. But because this comes in like the brown Nappa leather and it's like slightly like vintage looking, I feel like it won't bother me as much. Probably if you got it in like the solid color, like the black or especially like the white, then it might bother you a little bit. So I would say that if you want to get it in a solid color, maybe consider getting it in like the black, you know, so that it's a little bit least obvious as well along the way. In terms of safety and security of the bag, I think this bag is great because it comes with like many zipper compartments, and the magnets that you want to use are also extremely secure. It's very sound, but I wouldn't put like your everyday essentials or like even cash into this pocket of the bag, just to be sure. So that's something that you want to take note of. Another thing about this bag is that it does not and will not sit on your shoulder like very securely. So even if I can put it on my shoulder, sometimes if I'm walking, it will just like slip off my shoulder, and then I'll just carry it as on my crook of the arm, or I'll just carry it like that. So that's just something to take note of. It does not sit on your shoulder that well. I feel like mainly it's just for aesthetic purposes, so that you can see the Miumiu sticking out as well. So I feel like that's what I really like about this bag. But otherwise, I feel like this bag is very easy to use. Will I recommend this bag? I feel like I would. I really like the capacity of the bag and like the whole aesthetic of this bag as well. But I feel like if it's in black, I wouldn't like it as much. I really just like this version, which is in the brown tie-dye version, because I love the vintage lookingness of this bag. So that's something that you might want to consider as well. And because this is a rather trendy bag, I'm not sure how well it will do on the resale market. Honestly speaking, before filming this video, I have not seen anybody talk about this bag on YouTube at all, apart from like a what's in my bag from like this celebrity that I will maybe link it out over here. She shows you how much she can fit into the bag, and mainly it's like makeup items. So other than that, I don't think anyone actually like did sort of like an in-depth review of this bag. So hopefully this video is helpful for you guys if you are considering about buying this bag as well. So I've come to the end of my video. I hope you guys found this useful. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'm going to leave you another video here just in case you're not done watching my channel. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!